Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Radola once again. Let's slide me over a little bit so that the light's not too bad in the background. So, once again, Joe Radola here to talk about bass fishing in Northern California. It's December 5th. I just uploaded 4 videos, a shot from April to June. 2 of them on Shasta Lake. 2 of them on Clearlake. Short videos, a lot of people go, well, Joe, you talk about fishing, catching fish. Well, proof is in the pudding, right? So I went ahead and put the videos of the 4 of the good trips that I had this year on both Shasta and Clearlake and put them on my YouTube. So there'll be 4 of them on there, 2 in April at Shasta, and then 2 in June, Father's Day weekend, in Clearlake, just to show you that I do catch fish. Okay. I also went back and checked my log book for this year, and by far this is the best year I have ever had in my 64 and a half years of life on this planet for catching bass. I had 656 bass caught, 26 trips this year, average 4 hours per trip on the lake, in the boat that you will see on the videos, and 25 fish per trip. So not a bad average. The big fish of the year for me was the 531, a largemouth that I caught at Clearlake in June. And I've, another 4, 2 of them over 4 pounds at Clearlake also that you'll see in the videos. So those are my 3 biggest bass this year. And really, I don't fish much in the fall. I should, but I don't. And I don't fish much at all in the winter. Too cold for me, I'll tell you what. The older I get, the more my bones hurt. So there you go. Fair weather fisherman. Right here. Okay. You'll also see me in the videos with a lady by the name of Kathy. She's my sister-in-law and loves to fish, and so I fish with her quite often. Used to be my daughter Chris, but now it's Kathy. So there you go. And to prove a couple of other points, I'd like to show you a couple of things. Number one. See if you can see that. Oh yeah, there you go. That's basically my first fish that I ever caught back in 1956 and 57. Shows you when I started. That's a bullhead out of San Francisco Bay. Look at those rolled up jeans, huh? What a deal. My crew cut. So that was my first fish recorded back in the mid-50s. Showing that I have had a few years on the water at catching fish. And one of my favorite things, of course, to do, especially at Clearlake, is to get up and fish early. So I normally get up from April, May, June. When I'm at Clearlake, I get up at 5, grab a quick bite, have some coffee, and then hit the water. And this will show you one of the reasons why. Here's a picture that I took in Corinthian Bay with the rays shooting behind the clouds. This was by far one of the prettiest sunrises that I've ever experienced on Clearlake, and that was Father's Day weekend this year. And as you can see, the lake was this morning, this picture, at about, 5:45, 6 a.m., flat as a mirror, okay? And this was the morning that I caught that 531, okay? That 531. My biggest bass that I've caught in my life, here's the 7 1/4 that I caught in 86 in Clearlake, 7 1/4 pounder bass. I used to call those bass by the name of George. So that was George number 1. Here's George number 2, my 8.81, caught on March 22nd, 1990 in Clear Lake. He's a beauty. 881. In the red shirt here, I caught this 8-pounder in a lake on that blue vein I told you about back in 1989. Caught this the summer of 1989 on a blue vein curltail grub at Lost Creek Lake out of Medford, right on the dam, almost at night, at dusk. And she hit it. Thank goodness that my brother-in-law Rob was in the boat. He tackled it, brought it in the boat for me. We forgot the net that night. Figures, right? So those are some of my big ones. I also had a 7-pounder in here that I caught back in the mid-90s. Lots of 5s, as I mentioned before. Let me see if I can get my big, here's my big Shasta bass. There's my big Shasta bass. It was 5.25. Nice spotted bass. She was really pregnant. That was caught in April, I believe, of the year that I caught that fish. April 99, 2000, somewhere in there. Caught her also on that blue vein bait. 90% of the fish that I've caught have been on that blue vein that I told you about in one of my previous videos. Okay? So, there you go. Get you caught up on some of the fish I've caught. Proof that I've actually been doing this and catching them for a long period of time. Wanted to do that. And again, check out my videos that I just posted with my actual on-lake weigh-ins of some of those fish right after I caught them. And I'll tell you what, Clear Lake and Shasta Lake, two of the most beautiful lakes for fishing. Okay, now Trinity Lake and the mountain lakes, Almanor, Eagle Lake, a lot of pretty lakes. But I'll tell you what, for bass fishing, Shasta Lake, Clear Lake, you cannot go wrong. Okay. All right, next video will be about grubs and grub fishing Clear Lake. So have a good afternoon. Bye.